Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having an adult eggnog, and tonight I'll be discussing We Who Will Die by Stacia Stark. I did receive this as an ARC from NetGalley, and of course I'm giving my honest opinion. These are the highlights. And there were no listed content warnings, and I gave this a 4.25, so what's it about? So this book is about Arveli, who grew up taking care of her younger brothers in the slums of the Thorn District, a place where the daily life feels like a constant struggle to survive, especially with one of her younger brothers having a deadly medical condition. But then one day, a vampire shows up at her door with a deal. He will heal the sick brother and get both brothers out of the Thorn District. All she has to do is kill the Emperor. Taking this deal means that if she's caught, which she surely will be, it will mean her death, but she's willing to take the chance so that her brothers could have a better life. So she enters the Sondering, a deadly gladiator competition where they compete for the amusement of the Emperor, and those who survive have a chance to earn a spot on the Emperor's personal guard. But as she enters the training grounds of the competition, she catches the eye of the Emperor's protector, whose identity will shake her world and make her question everything. But with the lives of her brothers on the line, she will have to not just survive the competition, she will have to win, which means that she will make deals with the deadliest vampires in the kingdom, one being the eldest sadistic son of the Emperor, whose greatest pleasure now seems to be toying with her, and who seems to have his own motivations when it comes to his father, the Emperor. As she enters the arena and tries to stay alive, conspiracies and plots will unfold that will have Arivelli uncovering the truth not just about herself, but who she can trust. So what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this a 4.25. This book was a lot of fun, and I think what really made it were the characters, especially Arivelli, our female main character, who I really enjoyed. She is someone who's had to deal with a lot, from loss, betrayal, death, abandonment, and also having to take on the responsibilities of her younger brothers. It's a lot, but she really loves her brothers. You feel it with every thought and interaction that she has with them, and they are her whole world. And because of that, that's how she ended up in the situation that she's in. She really has this heart of gold that has had to develop a tough exterior to survive in a kingdom where cruelty and ruthlessness is what is rewarded. But sometimes that heart really peeks out, and she helps others, usually to the detriment of herself, but you love her for what she's doing to help others. Now, I will say she had training growing up, and she had to take a couple years off after finishing another competition for reasons that I'm not going to go into. I don't want to ruin the book, but now she's back in training hardcore for this new competition. And I do wish that it was a bit like riding a bike, and that as she progressed in her training, you saw her skills returning, because it did start to feel like every time we turned a corner, she was getting the shit beat out of her. She was getting hit over the head, somehow ending up in the infirmary or seeing a healer, and it did start to feel a little repetitive. Now, the story itself, I found it really entertaining, especially with all the action and intrigue. I mean, this story had plotting, scheming, backstabbing, and revenge, something for every reader to enjoy. And there's also romance between two potential men. There's her childhood sweetheart, who is like a second chance romance, and then the evil, sadistic, morally gray vampire brother, who might not be as evil as you think. And I'm definitely keeping my eye on him. I know he's my choice so far. Now, as much as I enjoyed this book, I will say I do wish the world building had been a little tighter at the start of the book, because there were some things we didn't get fully answered until the middle of the book, as well as some other things that I am still left questioning when it pertains to the society, the structure, as well as the sigil mages. So I'm definitely someone who wants more information and info dumps at the start of the book. I will also say there were a couple small plot holes during the book as well. Overall, though, I still really enjoyed it. It does end on a cliffhanger, and I do plan to continue the series. Now, this book will be available December 30th. Definitely give it a try, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.